gotten real interesting since I've been sick. Looks like Trump just slammed a 200% tariff threat onto the face of Emmanuel Macron of France. European countries coming under extreme pressure from the United States right now. We're also going to take a look at Gaza Reimagined. All of the wonderful, wonderful things that Jared Kushner is working towards. And of course, I'm going to cover altcoins, but I have to cover some of the updates that are happening out of Minnesota, out of all of these different locations that are absolutely losing their mind. Mr. Matt Malik, how in the hell are you doing, my good sir?
I am doing pretty well. I think I just did that for the first time.
You did?
I'm very excited.
Oh.
Yeah, dog. Okay. So, I'm doing very well. I want everybody to see my sweatshirt here.
Bandit is my hero. Very nice. Who is Bandit?
Bandit is Bluey's father.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So it's playing on the theme of the Bluey t-shirt, but it's getting a little more updated, adult, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna wear the hood all day today.
Yeah, and let me know it in the chat. I had to call Matt today because I thought he might have died from the pullback. He lived. He answered the call.
I did get hammered this morning, but I did not get hammered yesterday, which was the day to get really crushed. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, yesterday, I just got lucky that I was short when the thing just went straight down. I was like, oh,
right.
What? What's happening?
Yeah, well, we're trading buddies, right? So I called him. I made sure he was all right.
I was okay.
Yeah, and this is the time for, because I was trading this range and having a lot of fun. Made like a couple grand.
No, I mean, I only went short because I got a signal that near short was coming, so I just went near short on all my stuff. Yeah. Because I just felt like near looked really weak, and boom, dude, it just went south. So how are you doing?
I'm glad that you weren't caught up in that. We had a lot of liquidations happen over the weekend.
Tons.
Made me, it was almost like a blessing to get sick when I did get sick. But we have had a strong pullback, and it's all related to, to not only what's going on with Greenland, Trump.
Yep.
He wants Greenland. Okay. And I never really I didn't ever think about Greenland as much as I do today.
I don't think anybody has, except for that.
Now that I've thought about it some more, now that they've talked about this wonderful vacation destination that could be in my future, I would like Greenland. I mean, they say it's for military, and I'm just probably is. We're fucking going to World War III.
Apparently, it's not very there's not a lot to do. There's not a lot of developed area.
Yeah,
there's a lot of land that's not used, and a lot of natural resources, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of water around
it. Let's run through the news. We got a lot of crazy news. Let's run through the news.
How to interrupt you. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this.
Here we go. So Trump has threatened 200% tariffs on France after France has said that they've declined to join the Board of Peace that Trump was proposing. The reporter, any response to Macron saying he will not join the Board of Peace? And Trump responds, if they feel hostile, I'll put 200% tariff on his wines and champagnes. So interesting move here.
So if they, first of all, what the hell? Who came up with the Board of Justice?
The Board of Justice could have been better.
Name. It's not the league. It's not like a DC comic. Like what the? Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, that is hilarious for a politician. If I feel like they're hostile, I'm gonna slap a tariff on their wine and their champagne, going straight for the. He should have added their cheese too, and then they would have been rioting in the streets.
100%. It's in my opinion, it's not Trump's job to be popular in Europe. I don't think at this point. His job is basically to consolidate resources in the Western Hemisphere for the United States in preparation of what looks like to be World War III.
Correct.
Now, if I had to shoot from the hip on how this goes, Matt, probably going to be distracted by Iran. The United States is probably going to be pretty distracted by Iran. And this is going to end up being a big problem, I think, for Taiwan, because we didn't cover this too much, Matt, but Taiwan is working on committing $500 billion into the United States. Okay, they're committing $500 billion. We have Taiwan Semiconductor getting tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars to expand their infrastructure in Arizona, right?
They own more than 1,000 of our fighter jets. More than 1,000.
Absolutely.
Go look up how many other countries have bought more than 1,000. Very few, if any.
there is a time frame where you just have to sit back and be like, we're setting up for something pretty, even if we don't want this to get big and we want it to stop, in whatever border, the distraction that we're taking on Iran is going to be to China's advantage for a short period of time. Laser face, just be popular in Israel. We're going to talk, we got to check out Gaza Reimagined today. There is so much to cover here. Now, just to finish these thoughts on this current subject matter. So, making Europe pay for their own defense, aka NATO, will save the U.S. a fortune each year, which is
billions and billions of dollars.
Threatening to take Greenland away from their weak hands is part of that process. Scared living daylights out of NATO, so they spend money on defending themselves. And we've kind of crossed a barrier here in the United States ever since Trump went and kidnapped Maduro.
Yeah.
That is a complete change.
He just relocated him. He relocated.
We imported the president of Venezuela
and deported him from his own country.
All right. And we see this going on, like, okay, Venezuela is an obvious thing you go after, right? Who else? What are our other enemies? Oh, we got Iran and North Korea and all these boogeymen across the planet. We can go kidnap them all. We've set a different precedent for what Trump is willing to do.
Correct.
I'm here for it. Okay. I enjoy it.
To a point. It has its.
This is going to affect markets. Okay.
Especially the ones we're in, because it's targeted at us, you and I.
Yeah. We liberated it. Yeah. Anytime you hear the word, we're going to liberate this country or that country or the other country, we're going to go in there and kill some people. Right. And that's kind of what happens here. So let's keep moving through these stories here. We have more to cover. Gavin Newsom says that Europeans should stand tall and firm, have a backbone. Let's have a listen to this guy. A fantastic haircut, by the way, Gavin. Very, very good hairstyle.
Do you have a message for Europeans who are concerned about the messages from the White House around Greenland this week?
Yeah, it's time to buck up. It's time to get serious. Stop being complicit. It's time to stand tall and firm, have a backbone. I've seen this in the United States, the supine Congress playing both sides, being on a text or a tweet, another publicly.
Should you respond with tariffs?
It's time to stand tall and strong.
Does that mean responding with tariffs?
He is very, very weak in his tone right here. It's time to stand tall.
Can you believe that him and RFK Jr. were best friends in college and room together?
No, they weren't. Really?
100%.
Wow.
Yes. You didn't know that? Oh, yeah.
To be a fly on the wall.
They were great while he was just an environmental attorney suing companies that were like basic Democrat donors, not like major ones, right?
Yeah.
But then he turned against companies that were like the moneymakers, the pharma. Woo! They had no more friends.
And that's where RFK gets in big trouble. And you know what? I like what RFK is doing. Gavin's probably going to take a swing at the presidential election. I would say.
They have no bench because they've got nobody.
They have no bench, but guess what? Like we have, like what's happened in Minnesota, and what's happened with Jake Lang, I think is his name. He's like being lynched publicly, basically, for being this Christian in the middle of the town. It's set up a precedent where people are aggravated on both sides. I think there's a lot of blackpilling that's been going on within the Republican Party. Democrats, I'm not doubting the level of stupidity that remains here in the United States and the willingness to elect Democrats again, right? I'm not acting like that's not here. And actually, you know what, Matt? I feel like the Trump administration's in trouble. Like this guy may stand a tangible chance at gathering enough steam to become the next president of the United States. I hate to say it, but
I'm telling you, having lived in California under this man's tyrannical insanity during COVID, this man is as unelectable as a Georgia peach. Like an inanimate object would have more luck getting elected than this guy, unless it's rigged, because the Republicans would be so excited if he was their nominee.
Yeah.
Because he's a white male, right? That doesn't have any of those bonuses, who was caught at least 4 times directly doing the thing he was telling people not to do legally. So imagine the ads that you could use against this guy.
Well, now there's like, there's a lot of people that are kind of upset about this whole green deal.
California keeps getting voted in, but
think about how many people the Democrats are gaining from this Greenland debacle, right? Like acquiring Greenland.
I think most Americans like it. We're just not allowed to say it. I like it.
Well, Trump's saying it, and it sounds crazy. It's something they want to do.
It doesn't sound crazy with what's happened in the world in the last year.
True.
It sounded crazy before COVID, but strange.
I think the time frame that we're in right now, we really need to acknowledge.
You guys can't.
The gloves are off.
Hear me.
The gloves are off. Right now, that's what I would say. And really, if you want to bet against the U.S. in this time frame, I understand. They're taking on a big pie. The Treasury Secretary Bessent issued a warning to Europe regarding this situation in Greenland, though. And let's actually listen to him. This is a short clip. Scott Bessent talking about everyone's panties in a bunch about Greenland.
Again, I would say this is the same kind of hysteria that we heard on April 2nd. There was a panic. And what I'm urging everyone here to do is sit back, take a deep breath, and let things play out. As I said on April 2nd, the worst thing countries can do is escalate against the United States.
Woo! So he's asking the peanut gallery to please sit down, be calm, remain calm. Everything's going to be fine.
I'm calm. What about you?
I am cool, calm, and collected, right? It is a situation where, I could be a prepper, like, told you so, told you we're in World War III. Ha ha. I'm not like that. Like, no one wants what's going on in the world to be happening.
Dude, when you're right, no one even wants you to remind them. They actively avoid you because they're so angry that you were right and they were wrong. They don't like it. People are very, weird.
I got to acknowledge the shock value of the situation, right? I got to acknowledge the shock value of the situation.
But I mean, Venezuela was way more aggressive. I mean, it was a country that everyone knows of that has massive oil reserves. So it's like not even like a shock as to why we're there, right?
Right.
And it's a communist country. Like we're asking to pay for it because the Dutch, who don't come from there, control it. So it's not weird that a third party controls Greenland.
Right.
It's just with third party, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense why we don't own it already, honestly. And with China butting, I think that China and Canada touching tips like they did last week is probably one of the worst things that I saw macroeconomically over the past month. If you want to
see what that could turn into, watch the show on Paramount called Lioness, which talks about China, and it goes through what it would look like if China and Mexico started doing this.
Yeah,
which would be very bad, right? And to actually see it happen in Canada, there's so many things that you can't even imagine that could come out of that, right?
Yeah. It's a problem.
You can't give the Chinese any proximity to our country,
anymore. They've already been infiltrating for years.
Anything that they don't have, and they should be actively pushed away like we did with Venezuela.
Right. You hear Klaus Schwab came out of the closet as well. Have you heard from Klaus Schwab in a while now? Yeah. So Klaus had to step back. He actually had to step back. He was becoming the world's most obvious supervillain is what happened. Klaus Schwab had to take a moment in the dark to kind of regather his steam. Now, he has issued a new message just one day before the World Economic Forum begins in Davos, warning that society is facing collapse of truth and trust. He says, without truth, there is no shared reality, and without trust, there is no ability for people to act together. He is urging the public to place their trust in global leadership to tackle major world problems, right? Because global leadership fixed homelessness really well. I think global leadership really stopped COVID from happening. I mean, they absolutely locked it down, right? It must have worked. They know what they're doing, apparently.
No, they don't. But
global leadership is who we need to trust to tackle these major issues, right?
Are you trying to get me angry? Is that what you're
I'm just saying. This is the talking point of the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, because they're a group of 100 people that want to control everything and are trying right now. The principle of subsidiarity that I think Catholic social teaching always has had, which I think America also adopted, which is that the local government, when it can handle something, should, right? is the principle that America was founded on. Local is better than not local. Allow things to be that can be. And then the things like national defense, we all know that cannot be done locally, right?
Right.
God forbid the governor of Minnesota have his own army. What would be happening right now?
I mean, he has a National Guard, but but
he doesn't have a military. He doesn't have a budget. He can't buy ammo. Like, he has a federal group that are under his control, but it's not even paid for by him, I don't think.
Well, in direct conflict with the United States on a, let's say we reinstitute the level of warfare and openness to fire that we saw in World War II.
Yep.
I do not want to be anywhere fucking near the United States response to whatever's going on.
Correct.
If they do get the full go ahead, and I don't want to be anywhere close to it.
The only way the enemies of America can defeat us is to cause civil war, because you can't get here. It's just not even practical to like show up.
No.
Like, no one has the Navy. And here, can I change topics completely?
Yeah.
Show you some other news. I wanted to get your take on this. So hold on.
What is going on here?
Oh,
it's a high school battle?
It's not even, it's what happens afterwards that is so disturbing. Okay.
So we got we're in school.
The caption said, "Don't bully the quiet girl."
Okay. And I was bullied when I was a kid. It's how I learned how to fight. I got in many fights in school. They're arguing. No, I'm just I'm commenting as we go along here.
Here it goes. It's going to be done very shortly.
Not much of a fight. Some hair pulling. This isn't. What's going on here? What's the end? What's
the bullied girl? Now, wait a minute. There was a police officer there the whole time.
This happened. He comes in late. He didn't see the beginning of it. He
comes in late to defend the aggressor, and then a mother or a teacher is worried about them videoing that, but wasn't worried about the whole thing that led up to it.
Yeah, and I think
how that ending happens. That is what's wrong with our whole country right now. This right here. This is our whole country right here. Okay?
Oh man!
So it looks like this girl's doing something wrong, right? She tried to avoid the fight.
Yeah, but the cop came in late. He didn't get the visual of how it started.
Like, plopping along, he's so slow. Then he grabs her, and then what is with this?
What? Oh yeah. Well, it's no respect for authority is also what's going on here.
Who is the dude that's going, girls? Like, what the fuck's that guy doing? He is like everybody that's on the internet, just like, hey, stop fighting, right? Then you've got the cop who can't even tackle a little girl off the other one. Then you've got this random woman who is covering her own face. And then why were there adults there that let this happen to begin with?
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Schools?
Public schools are a shit show right now, too.
Yes,
it really is.
Yeah.
So now, with all the things going on right now, I think we need to just take a quick gander at this.
This is true. You're right, Green Day. The problem is, why is that the case? They were there the whole time. They were screaming and yelling at each other.
Yeah, well, he's probably at the front door, or he's not in the actual hallway.
The woman that interfered, she was standing right there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could have made it clearer, but when you are actively responding to something and you have to deal with the sensory inputs, I think you would get a better view if you had to do something like the cop had to do, because when you come in late,
dude, I've done it. I've totally done that before.
Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't know if you had or not. I think that
I rolled up on 2 criminals with only tasers and had to help a celebrity get out of her home because she was being horribly harassed. And I was not.
That's a clear aggressor.
Yeah, but dude, there were victim situation. I just had tasers.
That's true.
I had to use my shooter tasers to fake them out.
Maybe this is it. The officer is busy watching alts get nuked.
Yeah, that would explain why he was slow.
He's just sitting there looking at his portfolio, sweating. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I'm more concerned about why is that woman concerned about the videographer at that point? Why? Because there's something going on here that's not that is liberal. I'm telling you right now, there's somebody behind this that supports the aggressor, and then suddenly she gets her ass kicked. Oh, we can't let that get out. We don't want anybody to see the girl that's of color or of the aggressor. It's just the entire climate we're in right now.
Yeah.
And how can you be a kid like this?
Dude, I'm kind of worried. You know, I'm worried. I got kids, and they're having to grow up in this. It's this thing that I just have to, you know, it's a tough thing for me because bullying and fighting were definitely a part of my growing up, and it's nothing that's new to me, I guess. And I worry about it for my son having to go through there. I understand your aggravation with it, you know, and why the hell is everyone sitting here just filming instead of helping stop it,
right,
etc.
And the other reason I brought it up is because I learned I hate that people in crypto don't like share their tips. I commented that video 3 times in a row and got 10,000 impressions on all of them. So if you guys want to up your Twitter game, comment on controversial videos, basic things, slightly snarky. You'll get followers like crazy.
Yeah. So let's look at something interesting.
Malik.
I want to talk about something kind of fun. Well, maybe not fun. I don't know if fun's the right word for this. But Jared Kushner has reimagined Gaza. So let's take a look. Following Vision, the team will present an upcoming conference going to focus on the future of Gaza, the West Bank and East Jerusalem. See what you think. Now, why Gaza? Gaza Strip, relatively small piece of land, 141 square miles, located in the eastern Mediterranean Sea between Israel and Egypt. It has a population of approximately 2 million people, giving one of the highest population densities. 70% of the people are Palestinian refugees and half the population under 18 of age. Gaza is 46% unemployment overall and 70% youth unemployment. So a lot of kids with not much economic outlook, let's say. So the idea behind Gaza is to build out a green industrial zone. We've heard about, you know, this person, Klaus Schwab, and many, many others at the World Economic Forum at Davos, explain what a 15-minute city is, right? Explain what the future of smart cities should look like. Now, Gaza, in this green industrial zone, actually will have elements of autonomous AI governance, right? Sounds fun. It sounds real fun.
Yeah, sounds great.
Autonomous AI governance.
What movie was that? Or what? They don't go well.
These never end up well.
Tom Cruise ends up almost dead. Tom Cruise ends up almost dead in all of them.
Yeah. So new leadership will have to be put into place in Gaza in order for the project to hold. This is going to take 10, 20 years to build out. Just so we're clear, like a Gaza country club build out is nothing that happens quickly. And this is what they're going for right here. Let's see if I can get this viewed here. So here's where they act like there's going to be current residents that find jobs, and they're going to have an artist colony and 100 companies and startups. There's going to be tech organizations here. This is a smart grid, a smart city, automated, you know, governance, food production technology, clean water tech, healthcare, all of these wonderful things being built for. And now this is the funny part. This is the punchline is it really, really doesn't seem that anyone that is currently living in Gaza is going to be present for this new colony that they're building here. And the chills at Davos over the next few days, I'm going to be paying very, very close attention to them because they likely are going to be selling this idea of the Gaza reimagined smart city. Now, we call this hyperbole. We call this, you know, this is an unreal reality. What did we just see happen? They cleared it. Honestly, the rubble is still there, but they cleared the inhabitants. Now, God, we got to watch this video. I might actually get us kicked off the internet for talking about this in such a clear fashion. But
what should I kick you off?
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, maybe. I don't know. So
should I ban you?
It's a test bed for the future of cities, though.
Yeah,
this is a test bed for the future of cities. And, you know, the idea that we can just mow down land and then build up smart cities with vegetation, all these wonderful things.
We can just do what we do with Venezuela and take it. We don't have to mow it down.
I mean, well, I think taking the leader of Gaza. That idea is long past.
Yes.
Right?
Who is the leader?
That is long past.
He's been dead for 20 years, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So, and on big, now we got to talk about some crypto. Okay. I had to get it off my sleeve. And also, did you see with the snowstorm in Kamchatka?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a snowdrift.
That's pretty cool.
So this isn't, raw snowfall that is the size of an apartment building.
You could have a drift even become that big means
yes.
the amount of snow look at that.
Yeah. This is absolutely crazy.
The most I've ever seen in Park City, Utah was up to here. This is like the size of 2 men. Look at this. Holy crap.
Yeah. HC saying weather weapons. Yeah, that came to my mind. Now, let's talk about crypto, right? So that was heavy, right? And I had to call out some things that were on my mind as I sat the weekend out. I was sick, had a lot of time to think, and that is what I wanted to make sure we are all on the same page with first and foremost. Let's talk about our bags, right? Cardone, famous Scientologist, friend of the channel, allocates $10 million into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin dumped. So we see massive buys. We see institutional, famous people talking about Bitcoin price go down. We're in a bearish period. It's difficult to hold price action. And one Trump tweet, which is not done, right? We're distracted by Greenland right now. It'll be Iran, probably next week. That can be caused in a very short amount of time, but it is interesting to note on Bitcoin.
Holding that 90 line has been pretty awesome today.
Very interesting. Because we have more than enough macroeconomic bearishness and uncertainty to cause the beginning of the mango rollover, right? I would say that there's enough uncertainty, enough aggravation with markets that there is enough juice in the tank bearishly that should have been there to push us down at least to the low 80s again, right? We did not get it. We held up pretty good. I really had some fun this weekend. I was in and out on VDEX. I'm definitely beating you, by the way.
I know. So
definitely had to cover that.
It's not my fault that I am a humble servant of the exchange and I'm always seeking out bugs to fix it. So I lose money fixing out bugs. No, I'm not joking.
Let's get a coin glass though, man.
I had to figure out a stop loss bug, which we fixed.
We are degens and I do trade, right? All right. There is a BTC on the 12-hour. And there's liquidity to the upside now. Lots to the lower had been swiped.
Oh, my gosh.
This is also a pattern I want us to take note of. Because this one, in this current scenario, has been playing out quite often. And this is for lower time frames, right? This is for lower time frames. But right now, we have a slightly higher low, right? And these patterns that I've been noticing on Bitcoin, even if it is planning to do some great resurgence, it's got a little chop. It's got a little higher low bid, right? You get it right here. Bing, 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 bing. Now, this one would be just barely a higher low. Things as they sit right now don't look horrible to me. This is the kind of the start of the actual week. We had that holiday yesterday with the Martin Luther King Day. And also, I took advantage of that holiday. Matt was, I have this hallway that I painted amazingly. I've made it look really, really nice. Okay. My wife did some Pinteresting.
No pictures? No pictures for us?
No picture. I was thinking about, I'll take one and then show it on the show. But she's been Pinteresting, and she found this brand Timber Chick. And so Timber Chick is basically toothpick thickness wood on stickers.
Okay.
And so it was this complex, pattern of wood that I had to put together. It took up a lot of time, but I was still able to get some trading in when I was all said and done. Going into the start of this trading week, things don't look the strongest, right? So things do not look the strongest. I don't have all the bullish confirmation I need. And really what remains is the buy point, the interest point at $87,000. The weekly looking like it's fighting for its life. right? After the new rollout of the next level of escalation.
Because of
The main
all
thing
this
I'm watching for this,
all this macro shit that's just constantly
Yeah.
coming in at the wrong time.
It is
Anytime we
notable.
every time we build momentum to like have a bull run that would affect us for our alt bags,
Yeah.
they nuke us every time.
Well, and we've held general structure through this, which I think is a very notable part of this process. $90,000 psychological, pretty good washout so far. But you know, all bets are off when it comes to is there peace? I'd say no. And you know, I really think that in this time frame, it's better to just spot, and then I'll be in and out of my trades very, very quickly. I'm not going to try to ride any macro move, you know, for multiple days in a row. Right? I like more Bitcoin. I like cheaper Bitcoin, and I'll laugh on the way down if we continue to flow. But yes, it is undeniable. War is coming. And yep, we're going to be covering a couple more altcoins here. We got an interview coming up on the arena, Matt, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
With Veteran Crypto. And it's going to be with the co-founder of Canton and talk about some of the network designs of Canton. Some of the backdrop of Canton is what I felt the best about, you know, organizations that were the size of Microsoft being willing to put their name behind this before it rolled out. It rolled out in a terrible time for crypto, and it actually has held up pretty well.
Horrible time.
Yeah, horrible time, but the price has held up pretty damn good.
What do you mean? It's one of the top tokens every day, so they must be doing something right.
I think it was actually doing pretty good today. Let's go over to CoinMarketCap.
Do you want to have the founder of Arena on tomorrow as a guest?
That would be fun.
Okay.
That would be fun. Let's get him on.
Book it.
Let's go check out. It is. This is kind of cool.
One thing. Oh, you beat me to it. Go ahead.
Canton is the top gainer. Top gainer today, 16.9%. Absolutely wonderful. All right. So we're smelling up the right tree here, it sounds like. That's very good. Canton and then Memecoin, the only other gainer here. Let's see the biggest haircuts.
What is
Monero. Let's hear Morpho with a big pullback.
Oh, Midnight getting smoked.
Midnight. Honestly, like I was looking for like 4 cents on this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So you like it.
5.9 cents. Not bad. Low cost of Betensor Tau. I'm liking seeing this.
Dude, and they just listed it on BDEX with 10x
Yep,
leverage.
I'm liking the
5x
cheap,
more than Hyperliquid.
very, very nice cheap Betensor Tau prices right now. Honestly, let's take a look at this.
This is the time to get in.
This is nice. It's at the lower range. Like I have a higher probability of a bounce of some sort with off of this 200 mark. You know, it's done it many times.
This is with Solana. This is one of the only tokens that I've witnessed run contra to the market in the time I've been in crypto.
Yeah.
Like just so if it could run when things are going down, what's it going to do?
Who's the angry guy we had on before? Clarify. You know, I've had a lot of angry people on the show.
Is he talking about Bill Walton? Voice with no
check this out. So Cardano has a legit crash out over the Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse. Let's have a listen to this. I like seeing this form of Charles where he's on his revenge tour.
And what we got is Elizabeth Warren wrote the bill. That's leadership we can believe in. And you still got people like Brad saying, well, it's not perfect, but we just got to get something. You know, it's better than no clarity.
No, it's not.
Hand it to the same people who sued us. Hand it to the same people who put us out of business, who subpoenaed us, who put us in jail. That's better?
No, it's
That's
not.
what we fought for and what we...
He's on a righteous path.
Dude, okay, I cannot say anything but mad props. He's completely right. Like,
I mean, you know, credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is something to note as we head into what could be a problematic year, right? And there is the SWE outage. You know, there's all kinds of things going on. Just keep this in mind for any project that you love.
They're talking
anything
about
that you're holding.
The angry guy is Colin.
80% of hacked crypto projects never recover because the trust dies first. This is a message you must remember. 80% die after they've been hacked because sure, you could have network value secured and you only lost a portion of the network value. But if you lose trust, it's much, much harder to gain
Right.
trust back.
So you're saying that the arena actually recovering from their hack is actually a very rare thing. I did not. Wow.
It's hard to do.
Right.
It's hard to do. And so you just have to keep that in mind, right? If you see a new protocol that has been previously, because protocols get hacked, right? Or they get exploited. It happens. The trust is hard to build back. The trust is hard to build back. Even people that don't like Cardano, I saw completely standing behind what Charles just
dude, that I will even buy a little Cardano just because he was so on the money there. Like that's
do a little crypto feudalism, right? And this is what,
That's
you
crazy.
want to support what you want to support. And that is kind of the pool that I get stuck in when it comes to holding.
That Brian Armstrong is a douche from Coinbase, and he is not a friend of us. He's a friend of his pockets and his corporate partners.
Yeah.
Ever since he undermined Elon Musk the night of Saturday Night Live, I knew this guy was short man syndrome, bald man syndrome, and like loser in high school syndrome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, this is why, like, as we become adopted by this god-awful system, it is, I want to find crypto projects that at least have a place at the table for the current infrastructure. This is why, like, the Chainlink thesis hasn't changed for me. And I did want to cover this. So the New York Stock Exchange just announced that it's going to change the hours of its operation. So basically, it's announcing 24/7 trading, the sentiment on the blockchain, tokenized stocks, end of T+1. And they choose the perfect day to do it. They did this MLK holiday. The markets were closed. And what this means is that you'll have instant settlement from T0 instead of the T+1 current infrastructure. And this is just technical garbage, basically. But it means trillions in collateral will be locked on the system and now can be released. Orders in dollars, not fractions of shares. Stable coins as margin, financing the clearing houses. So that's going to be a lot of money. And also tokenized shares fungible with tradable ones, right? So
yep, that makes sense.
Tokenization of these assets. This is where, like, people are like, we're being adopted and it's being rolled out on Wall Street. Why aren't we rich? You're going to have very few of the old guard of layer ones accepted into the infrastructure of the internet right now. So this is why, I look at an altcoin and I'm like, it could change the world. And it's got all this sexy language behind it. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a few that get chosen, right? Because they have the right tech. And then there's going to be a vast majority of them that don't really have a use case within the coming infrastructure. So, this is a big thing for Chainlink to see this integrated. I would say that Bank of New York, Mellon, and Citi are already working with the New York Stock Exchange on these tokenized deposits as well. Money on the blockchain inside these clearing houses, that's a lot of money to be finalized, and it's going to increase traffic. But, the winners, you can't have a bunch of, private crypto organizations with their hands in this pie, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's not room for everybody to rise into this occasion. In the kind of meme coin meta, put your money behind what you believe in type stuff, it's seeming to die off. It really is seeming to die off. Like, I know that there's always going to be a place for privacy tokens, thank God. But, the larger, it's not like last cycle, right? Everyone's looking at these layer ones like, we just got to hit that all-time high again that we had in 21, and I'll be set. I'll be rich. There's been a lot of inflation to those projects that, many people are looking at for those kind of returns. So
yes, smash the like, everybody. You guys, if we haven't liked it, if you're on the arena, please repost. If you're here, smash the like.
Yeah, I forgot to press live as quickly as I wanted to on the arena, but we still have a good show out. So thank you very much for joining us on the arena as well. Yeah.
I'm going to tolerate this. BitBlue. All right, fine. That's
come on, it's a good name.
Nice. I like BitBlue.
It's a good name.
Beyond Fresh. I like BitBlue. All right. You guys go. That's good.
So, now we can, we've covered altcoins. And if you have a particular altcoin that's bothering you, there's a coin that's keeping you up at night. You can tell me about it. We'll chart it out. What is this?
Did you know this is actually in English? The prophetic perfect tense.
No. What is it?
Became the largest perpetual exchange and surpassed over 10 billion in daily volume. That's the prophetic perfect tense.
Okay,
so literary technique used in the Bible that describes future events that are so certain to happen that they are referred to in the past tense as if they had already happened. I'm going to start using this tense at least once a day on things I think.
Okay,
I'm gonna go
fair
crazy.
enough.
Every day, I'm going to use this tense once. The prophetic perfect tense. Okay?
All right. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, though. Look at this. So,
look at that.
You're on fire. You're on fire.
I'm almost a quant.
We got to talk about what's going on with ICE, Minnesota. So there's people calling for more problematic movements than we'd like to see. Let's just say that. And calling for things like this, people say, oh, I never will see a war here in America, right? Civil unrest.
You are banned.
Jesus, what happened?
Crypto Steve just got banned.
Okay.
Called me Bluey Boy. What the? That's bannable. Bluey Boy.
There is a problem brewing civilly. While we have Trump more concerned about what's going on in Iran and Al-Shabaab and Al Jazeera and Al Sharpton, you know, all the Al's are the problem. All the things going on in the Middle East are the problem going on right now. But we have this domestically here in the United States. We have unhinged, bull-nosed, I don't even know what this is. Is this a girl or a boy? I don't even know. Calling for violence. This is a major, major problem. Alakazam, yes. I mean, all the factions are making their headlines right now. This is a problem. I can't even play the video because it will get us dinged.
Dude, I can't watch that girl and her nose ring. I can't tolerate it.
And now we have organization tomorrow at 2 p.m. This is posted on the 19th, right? So 3 p.m. The liberals are planning a walkout into a specific location. Let's have a look at what they're planning here.
To look stupid?
On January 20th, we are walking out to free America
and walking in to remove the regime.
So they're going to remove the regime. All right. I don't know. We'll probably get dinged for. I got to be a good boy as far as.
Yeah, be a good boy. Don't be a bad boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a good boy. But they're walking out of work and they're planning on walking into congressional locations across the United States, right? Congressional offices. This is not the move. Yeah, and they're also storming churches, by the way. I don't know if you saw that clip. Absolutely insane.
So I very much saw it yesterday. I got into a heated debate about it online on Twitter.
That is not the place to do it, right? No. And so with all this going on, you're going to see a reaction from the federal government and the company that has partnered with the federal government in dealing with such an event. But they're going to be testing it, right? They're going to be testing it. So ICE is preparing to deploy Palantir-powered surveillance tools that map neighborhoods and assign deportation scores to what it calls target-rich environments using data fed from the HHS. System reportedly tracks real individuals across the U.S., plotting them on a map and assigning confidence scores to estimate how likely someone is to be at a specific address. Similar to Google Maps, but instead of restaurants, this pins and represents potential deportation targets, right? So the tech is advanced.
What the hell? The
growing, I guess, police state thing that's going on right now doesn't seem to be stopping. Exactly. And Peter Thiel and Palantir are going to be the ones that benefit from this tech rollout. This is nuts. And, you know, if you do want privacy, it's going to be pretty hard.
Me too.
Going to be pretty hard to find. If we rename Big Brother ICE, Republicans will get behind it. Yeah, this is just so crazy. I love going through the comments here because we're in a weird time. We're at a weird time right now where, you know, obviously, like, did you see I have to have a passport on me now here in Georgia or, you know, wherever ICE is to show that I'm a citizen? a driver's license does not prove residency. It's a passport, right?
Wait. I don't have my passport right now. I lost it.
You should probably get one.
Dude, this is not America if American citizens need to have their passport. That's
So
that is the start of a very bad thing.
I hope they use discrimination when they decide who to, question about their citizenry. But honestly, it is the thing. It is going on. And sure, you might agree, you might not be black-pilled, and you might think everything going on right now is good. But what happens if the Democrats get in control and have that same technology, the same contract with Palantir 4 or 5 years from now? That pendulum can swing in the exact opposite and extreme location just as violently as it has turned to where it is right now. So, with that being said, I think in general it's a bad idea unless you want to really accept the fact that if you go against the federal government, you can be acted upon by all the power of the federal government. People are out there getting maced, getting pepper sprayed. If you are out there having those things happen to you, I got some good insight.
This is for all you protesters out there and rioters. Best way to get pepper spray off your eyes and off your face and skin is treat it like a jellyfish sting. You got to have somebody pee on it. I know it sucks, but yeah, you get pepper spray, just find somebody to piss on your face. That'll fix everything. Then you can go right back to looting, polluting, and all that crap.
Okay. Really good insight. You know what I mean? Just if you are in that situation.
I'm with sufficient enough. I'm not carrying my passport around.
This is kind of
all that's going to do is I'm going to lose another passport then. If I carry it around, someone's going to steal it or I'm going to lose it.
It's a crazy time to think about this happening, right? And, for God's sakes, are we really going to be out there protesting for the interests of another foreign agency, another foreign country within our country? Well, we are literally our baseline middle and lower class can't even afford food or houses or anything good, but we spend all of our time talking about the interests of foreign countries and actively spending money and our resources protecting that and causing civil unrest in our own country over it. You really got to start to question if you are in a simulation, if we might be seeing the true end times they all talk about. It really, it's something that crosses the mind with how distracted people really are right now. But that guy had some good tips for you. And while all this is going on, right, we have I want to cover this. I discovered what's his name? Tim Dillon.
Oh no. Oh, it's a nightmare. All right, here we go. Right.
So I discovered Tim Dillon. He gives us some good insight on an incredible event for, what they call dogs in the line of service, right? Dogs in the line of service getting a special event at Trump's Mar-a-Lago very, very recently. Let's just have a look at where priorities are right now as Michigan's on fire and Christians are being dragged.
It's literally the end of the world. And somebody said, let's do, now I don't give a what this was for, some dog rescue, some charity. Who gives a fuck? This whole idea that everybody showing up to Mar-a-Lago is doing charity is hilarious. They're just givers over there. They can't stop giving. This is an excuse to put on dog masks and get drunk. And God only knows what else. I don't want to hear anything about Hollywood, by the way, anymore from anybody. I don't want to hear about Hollywood and this party and that party. What the fuck is that? Didn't a furry kill their friend, by the way? Or the lover of the furry? Do you think that there was any optics discussion there? Do you think anyone sat down and went, this isn't ideal? It's literally the end of the world. And somebody said, let's do, now I don't give a
oh my God. That is
what was the point about Kirk? What was the furry thing?
Yeah, Kirk's killer
was a furry.
Dated a furry. And so someone thought it was good timing to have a furry convention at the Trump Mar-a-Lago residence, a place where he spends some of his time living. They're like, you know, that passes the sniff test right now. Even though everything else
pun
is going.
intended. No pun intended.
Oh my God. Yeah, actually that was a pretty good pun.
That was a pretty good pun. No snip intended.
Yeah, super crazy. So
oh my God, look at this.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's exactly what I just
He
said.
also was a furry himself. I didn't know that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you know, they had furries, their furry moments together that they had. So yeah, just insane. It's honestly quite demoralizing, and really, you know, most of these big media people are fake. They're just fake holograms of humanity.
I've even heard that Dave Chappelle has like got some behind the scenes issues, which makes me so sad. Nobody's good.
Not compromised at this point. Like, it's insane. The more we learn about this,
if you aren't compromised, they take you out. Like very quickly. They find they do. They plant something. They find a way. So
insane.
Very bad.
This has been a nuts. What is this comment? I want to see this comment here. So
this is a
hold
good
on,
comment.
man. Hold on. No. Move Doozy. Your co-host has an accent. Suggest him carry his passport. The ICE BS is 200% race profiling. Love your crypto show. All right, so that's some advice.
First of all, ding dong. I don't have an accent. I have a tongue that doesn't work today. I sound like a walrus. That's not an accent. It's a walrus.
It sounds like something a Mexican would say. That's what they would respond.
Say that they sound like walruses.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this sounds like something
has ever said the words.
What ethnicity would you be? Like, because they could mistake me as Mexican for sure. Like, I could understand that.
Dude, I'm used after 9/11. I got stopped at TSA because I'm half Iraqi, half whatever, all the time.
Oh.
I'm used to racial profile. That doesn't even bother me.
Ooh, yeah.
The way you handle it. If you handle it, if you get upset, it gets worse. If you just don't care, then they go, "Oh, this must not be someone."
Yeah, I mean, you know, them stopping me, and if they had to check my, you know, papers, you know, it might impede my time. But I am a citizen,
probably
so
memorize like where you were born and like, you know, what your address is. You should probably know those things.
Yeah, but you know what, Matt? I honestly, I guarantee you that we're birds of a feather, and we notice each other when we see each other in the wild. They would be like, just go, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, that is what it is. Now, there's a lot going on in the world. I think some of the more juicy things of the opportunity I see in crypto, particularly, is this Tau opportunity.
I'm like, I can't trade it because I got to focus on our show, but I want to badly.
No, it's okay. And I like and you know what? We sacrifice our trades. I honestly like trading the night anyways, Matt. Like, I have more fun.
Me too. I just
when the Chinese markets take over. And really, you know, what's going on right now is we have some rhetoric of calm in Iran, but the intention there is to install a puppet government, right? And every time like, the media here in the United States will start sprinkling protests, and they're going to take back their country, and we need to rally behind this country before war. Always. They always do this. So this is giving me the signal that there is really no outlook of peace in 2026. I am going to be interested to see if crypto and the business cycle rises along with the amount of money that they're about to print to go to war and to roll out all these AI fever dreams that we keep hearing about and all this solar infrastructure, all those things, you know, they're going to happen regardless.
Yeah,
they're going to happen regardless. The chat, I love going through the chat.
Wait, is this guy pissed? Who's pissed? Me or you? Who's this guy?
I don't know if pissed is the right word for me. You know, I would say I am aware. I am very aware. And, you know, I don't walk around angry, but I also am not taking my family's safety out of my hands. I am very, very focused on the fact that we could be seeing a kinetic conflict go on here. And so with that, I have to get the kids as much Bitcoin as possible. Also looking at the general stock market. Don't be surprised if we do have to take a damn haircut, right? We've been going parabolic up to the right.
I like when I see new viewers or people I haven't seen before that have funny hot takes and they're new. That makes me happy.
Yeah, this is the best. Mark is saying the best. I'm not mad or pissed. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, you're sad. You're let down. It's all, the whole thing's a shit show.
Yeah, and I was a hopeful romantic for a season, man. I was like, this is the new America. This is the new chance that we have, right? Instead, and maybe I'm gonna learn to like the unhinged version of Trump that's just going out there kidnapping everyone. I mean, maybe.
I mean, I think what he did in Venezuela was genius. Now,
it was very strong.
It was very strong. Now, that was probably a play on the playbook that's been there for a long time in the event of a Russia-China escalation. Okay. Yeah. So my guess is that all he did was ask the Joint Chiefs, "Hey, give me the next level of what we do, in our war games thing here." And well, we can just seize Venezuela. And I guarantee the second that word came out of someone's mouth, whenever general said that, the other 4 generals looked at him like, "Mother, you can't say that to Trump." Trump's like, "Hell yes, we're seizing Venezuela."
Fuck yeah.
24 hours later, our special forces, I guarantee that was like a 48-hour prep. They were just like, from idea to execution, very fast.
Well, you gotta get. Trump's in his second presidency. Things are kind of winding down. He's on the heels of that midterm election, which he's likely to lose power of. The Senate, Congress. In the midterms, don't look good for the Republicans. Let's just call a spade a spade. So, he sees that coming down the line. I do think he understands. It's getting to the latter end of his, ability to affect major change. So, the gloves are come off. And honestly, if we think Trump and the gloves coming off of Trump are big, just wait till what you're likely to see out of Russia come. Because Russia has lost hundreds of thousands of people. The oligarchs in Russia are now looking at Putin like, this is a bad look. This is a bad look. We need to get a decisive blow, a decisive win over Ukraine, right? So what's likely to come is, large weaponry being used in Europe. And that is the unfortunate situation right now. But
over Greenland?
No, over Ukraine. Greenland's a whole nother thing. And this is where America's distracted by Iran and this shit going on. And then China's gonna be like, wait a minute, we can take Taiwan. We're going to be
the only way we can hurt ourselves is if we go to war with ourselves. That's it. So the outside agitators are going to continue to try to turn us on each other.
And it's working.
But we should be trying our hardest to not allow it to work, right?
Yeah.
And yes, AI makes it way worse. I would for a full-time job, if someone gave me like the most modest income, spend my whole day on Twitter just blowing up fake AI accounts. These new accounts they're not even human beings. They're like a dude pretending to be a married woman that's hot, but they never show pictures. It's just crazy what's going on out there with AI. So I feel like we just need to start blowing it up and start calling it out.
Well, we should. We really should. We're going to get distracted by Iran. Ukraine and Russia is not going to de-escalate unless Putin wins. We're gonna see one of them, either Putin or Zelensky go away. That's what it's gonna be, one or the other. There's gonna be, I think they're too far down the line.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shad Frigid. I think he's given a few super chats today. If we can get them on the list.
Oh, so we've got the list for this week's duck race, but also there is a giveaway, which you guys should all know about.
Oh,
at 7 p.m. Mick and I from VDEX. We have $500 of credits being given away tonight.
Okay.
Looking at my Twitter for the rules, but we're gonna have real cash is inside these sharks right here, and they're what are they called? Piñatas. And you'll pick them. I'll beat them, and whatever dollar amount comes out of them from 200 to 50. So the most you can win is 200. The minimum is 50, but everybody that wins is gonna get a solid chunk of change.
Given to the community. I like it. And we need that kind of energy right now, right? Things are just, you could go into many, many different pockets of negativity with no uplifting of the community, no solutions being offered. And, I think when we're
Wispy,
looking
who are
at
you?
the grand
Who are
screen.
you, Wispy? I know who you? Do I know who you are? Oh my
Wispy
God.
is well known in the chat.
Really?
So hold on.
How does he know my mass life? Whether I go to church or not?
Well, I guess he's watched you for a while, man. He's a fan.
I don't talk about my church
Also,
life on stream, on live.
Is there $100 bill in some of those sharks you're going to be hitting?
Yeah, there's $200 bills in one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. That's good of you, man. I think that, keeping the giveaways, even though they don't interest a bunch of people.
Wow. Okay.
I get some comments of people that watch the show after it's live and they're all mad that we did a giveaway. I'm like, I'm sorry that we're giving money away to the community. For some reason, I got to say sorry to you. I don't honestly think you can kiss my ass. If you're watching the show and you want to leave a comment, I don't want to waste my time with these giveaways, kiss my ass, right? Leave. I don't care. It is what it is. Now,
Look that.
I think I'll be trading tonight, Matt. I really appreciate you guys' support on the channel. Make sure to follow Matt, and I'm going to be doing that interview with Veteran Crypto. Matt could get cast on Dustin Hoffman role Rain Man remake this year. Yeah, it's very interesting that you're also from the movie.
You're not
industry.
getting that joke, are you? You don't know Rain Man, do you?
I don't. No.
The guy's mentally retarded and autistic as F, and he can't.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, like truly retarded. Like,
I found a very good movie this weekend, Matt. It was called.
This has to be true. I'm so freaking out right now. How is he on my computer?
Pull this up for me.
Yeah.
The Life of Chuck. The Life of Chuck. I want you to just type this in. This was a great, great movie. Okay. I felt it was fantastic. And the one thing that I felt so interested about this movie so Stephen King has been very grossly liberal and basically to the level of retardation.
The life of
his
Chuck?
liberalism. He's got Trump's derangement syndrome, right? But in this movie, it was very, very interesting. Do you have it up?
Yep.
All right, let's pull it up. So this movie, The Life of Chuck, I'm not going to spoil the overarching moral.
Science fiction, huh?
It's an incredible movie. It's rated R, which I really don't think it should be at all. So this movie, I saw Stephen King.
You want to pull the trailer up?
No, we'll get demonetized.
Oh.
But in this movie, Stephen King actually covered some of the more logical reasons why the world ends up with a chaotic season. Not blaming it on, we didn't pay enough taxes or we drove too many cars or blah, 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 blah. That's the lowbrow thought process on why the world climates change, why you might see things get a little bit crazier from season to season. He actually gives a really, really more based take than I've ever seen him do. And I enjoy Stephen The Langoliers is another one. I really liked The Langoliers. The Stand.
Oh, yeah.
Decent. I like The Stand. So I liked the movie. Just a quick shout out to the movie.
You actually do watch a substantial amount of movies nowadays. It's not common for people to continue to watch movies, which sucks. But
I want them to be.
You want them to be good, but
I want them to be cultural. I want them to have a different angle on the potentialities of life. I want it to be art, right? And to see Stephen King be able to put something out like that, it made my heart smile. So. Yeah, very, very good work. Matt, so you're doing the show at 7 p.m. You're giving away $500.
Yep.
I think that this is a new day for us.
If you you can get extra you can get in with extra ducks by doing either the match. You can put $200 in and get $100 on VDEX, then you'll get an extra duck, or you can put the 500 in and get 200, then you'll get 3 ducks. But yeah. The first duck is for anybody from our community or their community that is already a known member.
Yeah.
And then the rest can be upgraded.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the super chat, the Canuck Bucks. Devon, looking forward to that Canton interview with Drew and Vet. Price prediction for Canton pre-interview. I mean, it's already pumped a pretty good amount today. The market looks garbagey. I don't think that it's like going to have, I'm definitely not going to move the market for this thing, but it's general price structure for Canton does not look bad. So you're going to see some defensive price around 10 cents. should we see further downcline, and a real kind of hard line of defense point at about 8.3 cents here. It's a project that I bought initially at like 11. I bought more at 7. So my average entry is nice and low. But you know, Canton is an interesting project to me. It's 4.7 billion. Seeing the volume go up. It's doing these things while the general market is dog shit right now. So I'm feeling good about it. And I hope that you all do stay tuned for that. Make sure to stay tuned for that Canton interview. We're going to be getting that going. I have a lot of really more in-depth looks at some of the biggest topics that are going on right now that we have to dive into. I'm going to be doing it in a more intentional manner like I used to, because we really need to dissect each one of these subject matters kind of in a slow roll, so we don't try to skim over everything and be a master of nothing and a knower of everything, right? So until next time, I hope that you share this stream out with a friend, give us that support, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next.